Welcome to the Trio Blood Podcast. I am your host, Christian Dior Crisi.
And I am Lionel Chapman.
Ira Childs.
In today's episode, we are going to discuss our 5 strong female leads, our female protagonists.
Yes.
Yes,
These strong female leads in a
Yes.
horror film.
Yes. I am so excited to talk about these because they don't get enough credit.
Not at all.
Because mostly all the people that we all give the credit to are the villains, like Jason and Leatherface and Freddy and the alien and
Killer dolls.
Killer Dolls or whatever, Chucky or
Yeah.
them mofos.
So
They put the butts in the seats, but the ladies make that story great.
Yep.
women power.
So let's talk about our top 5 strong female leads in the horror films.
Okay.
Number 1 is
Ellen Ripley.
Ellen Ripley,
Sigourney Weaver.
played by
Aliens.
Sigourney Weaver in Aliens,
Yes.
Alien franchise.
Yeah, this character was first produced to the audience in 1979.
Yep.
You know.
So that will make her one of the first.
Yeah. One of the first.
One of the first.
Yeah.
Especially when it came to the second one, sequel. The second sequel directed, and I think, was it written also by James Cameron? I know it was directed by James Cameron.
I believe so.
Check that.
Fun fact about that, the reason why her Ripley was so much more even stronger in the second one is because James Cameron grew up with a single mom, and she was a strong woman.
I like that.
So he made Ripley even a strong woman. That's why you see her in the second one, facing down, stay away from her, you bitch.
Just a
The
all-around
famous line.
badass.
All around badass, too. Didn't take no crap, and she was, strong.
Yeah.
And when I first saw this movie, especially, I didn't see the first Aliens when I was a kid. I was introduced to the second one,
Okay.
and for a good reason.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Because of Ripley. Because of Sigourney Weaver. And plus, I was like, man, she's hot.
Yeah. My favorite part was when the guy was like, she was like, how can I help?
Right.
Then she was like, I guess he said, do you know how to work that machine right there? So she got the machine, and then she picked the crate up. And she's
Yep.
like, where you want me to put it?
Right. So she, I like that because she's not oh my God, I need somebody to save me. I need this. I need a man to come save me. No, she was like, no.
Yeah. It's refreshing to see. I didn't get into the Alien franchise until a couple years ago, but it's very refreshing to see females being able to take over those lead roles. And
I don't know. We got the
But-
background noise.
what are you gonna do?
Right.
But it is very refreshing, to say the least.
It is.
Also for story wise too,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, she also Sigourney Weaver, she's, as a person herself, is such a strong woman.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge fan. She's like she's up there on my top 5 female actresses of all times because growing up watching her and in Ghostbusters and Copycat.
Oh, yes.
And Copycat and all these other great films.
Gorillas in the Mist.
Oh yeah, and Gorillas in the Mist, based on a true story. I mean, she played these strong leads. Even if you see her as the villain, as one of the 5 top heads of the hand in Marvel's Defenders, she's strong still.
Yeah.
Like she didn't take no shit from no one, and I love that. All of them I see too when we talk about these women. You probably hear me be repetitive, but I don't give a shit. They like remind me also of my grandmother. Like my grandmother is a strong woman. Rest in peace to my grandmother. I mean, she raised 12 on her own, plus me. That's 13.
That's dope.
So and you see Ripley being a badass, shooting down these aliens, and getting in that machine, fighting the mother alien. You know, it was just amazing to see. When I first saw, I'm like, dang, this movie is action packed for real. You know,
and that and her character was actually introduced when it was like all the heroes was male dominated.
Yep.
You know, and this character, this strong woman, you know, fighting for survival.
Yep.
You know, changed the game.
Very much so.
Yeah. So, yeah, and you know, I would love to see another film, another action film with Sigourney Weaver in it. You know,
Shout out to Sigourney Weaver.
yes.
Yes.
Well, we hope to have you on the podcast so you can discuss more about this amazing character.
Surgeons of the powerful woman.
Yes.
So, fellas, at number 2 we have Nancy Thomas.
Nancy. Oh, now that's my girl.
I'm gonna let you introduce your girl.
There you go.
I'm gonna let you introduce
The
your
floor is
girl.
yours. The floor is yours.
Most probably everybody know on this podcast, I'm a huge Nightmare on Elm Street guy. That's my franchise. And Nancy Thompson is one of my favorite characters. And I got a chance to meet Nancy herself a few weeks ago
in person.
and have a conversation. She's such an amazing person. Heather Langenkamp, who plays Nancy. Now, this character means a lot to me because when I first saw this film, you know, I was timid. I remember being scared by my neighbor growing up named Cyrus. He used to always scare me and things like that. And I was such timid as I was growing up. But when I saw Nightmare on Elm Street and I seen how Heather Langenkamp's character Nancy stood up and faced Freddy, and to have that courage, that taught me a lot, that to face my fears, the only way you can overcome your fear is to face them head on. There's no running away, because if you look in a movie, yeah, she ran away in scenes because, you know, she had to. But the final straw was that she realized, you know, I just can't keep running.
Yeah.
I have to face him. And that, even her mother said that was one of her gifts in the film. She faces things. And she does. And she did. And that's what, when I got a chance to meet her and told her character told me two things: face my fears and stand up to bullies, because she didn't let, you know, Freddie bully her.
Yeah.
After she killed her boyfriend, Glenn, played by Johnny Depp, it was the last straw. And, you know, that character always going to have a place that's in me, you know. You know, I have that Nancy Curse, you want to say, in me. Whenever time I'm facing something in my life, I think about Nancy, or I'm looking at something that's timid or something that's intimidated or being like a bully. I'm like a bully. I stand up and face my fears and face that thing or that person. Like, no, you ain't gonna push me around. You know. And there's been times, I think in the third one, that the director was talking down to some of the young actors in behind the scenes on Nightmare 3. And she stood up and said, no, you're not going to talk to them like that. You're going to treat them with respect. You know, you're not going to, like, see, I'm like, yeah. And that's why I love, right, and that's why I love about Nancy in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ladies and gentlemen, horror movies inspire people too.
Yes,
That's right.
Yes, they do.
So who's next?
Number 3. One of your favorites. One of our favorites. Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis.
The GOAT.
The OG.
And John Carpenter's Halloween.
Yes.
She started the trend of the babysitter that gains the courage by the end of the film. It's kind of timid, but digs deep and becomes one of the strongest characters in the film.
Yes. And one of the smartest, too. not to say the last two we talked about are very smart, but I think she also Laurie Strode or talks about the word final girl.
Yeah.
Like Laurie Strode is the final girl. It
And to see the woman that she has become in the series of Halloween. Strong will to survive. You know what I'm saying?
And to overcome the trauma too, because if you look in the recent ones, the 2018 and Halloween Kills, she battling the trauma that happened to her. 40 years, we're going back from 2018 to 1978. 40 years later, it still is with her, knowing that, okay, he is still alive, but as you see in the films, that what she put her daughter through and all this preparation and the failed divorces, marriages, that she had, and yet she's still hanging in there, which goes to show you how strong she is and how the trauma is overcoming.
I was about to say that. Yes.
Yeah, still there. Even in H2O, she's
dealing with a lot of trauma.
She was dealing with a lot of trauma, but yet she's still like Nancy facing her fears. Like, I ain't gonna let this punk Michael Myers ruin my life. It's time to end this. And she told her son in H2O to go. She grabbed that axe and let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's let's fight. And I think she's very inspiring because she is also one of the powerful female leads to stand up, and you can't let evil have its way.
Right.
You can't let evil prevail. The minute you let evil prevail, that's when all hope is lost.
True.
And
and that women are not helpless.
no, and that's what I love about these female leads, because they're not helpless. They not timid. They not and let's just be real. Look, there's weak ass men and there's weak ass women on both sides, okay? And at the same time, there are strong ass men and there are strong ass women at the same time.
So why not represent that in film as well, to show these young ladies that you can be strong and still be, feminine about it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, these women kicking ass and looking sexy at the same time. They're not sexy. You see women holding a gun, shooting out some shit, or her stabbing the villain, her doing that stuff at the same time, Women can, they can kick ass and look sexy at the same time. Just like, you see Rambo whooping ass and looking sexy at the same time. But Rambo doing it for the ladies. You know what I'm saying?
We need that too.
Right. And the leads, they doing it for the ladies as well, saying, hey, women, we can do that. And they doing it for us too, for men too. Like, hell yeah.
Clown bowl.
Because I guarantee that each, like Ripley, Nancy, Lori, also, if you ask, I guarantee that if you ask, let's just say 1,000 men about those characters, and if you ask them, do these characters remind you of a female or a woman, a powerful woman in your life? And I guarantee 10 out of 10, they're going to say, yeah. Ripley reminds me of my mom or my aunt or my female friend, such and such, or my sister or my grandmother. Nancy reminds me of my mother or my sister or my cousin or whoever. Same thing. Laurie Strode reminds me of my friend in school. She was such, or my teacher or my mentor or my mom. Most times, people going to either say their mom, either their grandmother or their cousin or their friend, or at least those four. Because each one of them reminds me of my grandmother. They all share the same quality. They all strong women.
Yeah.
Strong women.
And, it takes strong women to overcome extreme circumstances.
We come from strong women.
That's right. All three of us come from a background of strong women.
So again, show that so the next generation can see that. And I'm gonna take a quick sidebar real quick because it's on my mind. Recent movie, Black Phone, the sister in that film
Yes.
was very strong.
Yes, she was.
Very strong.
She was.
Boy,
One of my favorite characters in that film.
Yeah.
yes, she was. And she was like, you talking about praying little girl.
Man.
That girl was like, Jesus, you need to save me. You need to show me a sign. She got to the point, she's like, look, if you don't show me, fuck you, Jesus. But Jesus is like, I'm going to show you a sign. I got you. And she stood up. Spoiler alert. When she helped her brother with those bullies.
Yeah, she
Man.
Woo!
Pick that rock up.
Picked that rock up and
Like, man.
God fearing, not taking no trash.
yep.
And she was there for her brother. So that lets you know family was everything for her because at the end, who was there? There you go.
She was.
There you go.
So, yes.
Sorry for the sidebar, but I just had to put that out there.
Hey, it's necessary.
Right. The title is, you already know.
Yeah, right.
Powerful women,
That's right.
young and old.
So at number 4, this is one of my favorite characters, Sarah Carter,
Not Sarah Connor.
Sarah
Sarah
Carter.
Carter.
played by Shauna McDaniel.
What movie is that?
And
Let the people know.
The Descent.
The
Yes.
Descent.
You know,
This movie had 5 powerful women.
Yes.
5.
Strong, powerful women.
strong.
And each one of them had their own internal conflict.
Yeah.
Hint, hint. One slept with one other's husband.
Man.
Hint, hint.
Yeah, man.
That doesn't take away how
Right.
strong and powerful these women were.
'Cause-
Incredibly strong physically and mentally.
Yeah.
Especially when they went into that cave.
Man, just imagine you got a woman who overcomes witnessing your husband and your 6-year-old daughter die in a car accident.
Yep.
You're the only survivor. Then
So
you
what's
turn around.
Survivor's remorse.
Yeah.
Then you turn around. Your friend, to get your mind off things, your friends invite you out to. Okay, let's explore a cave. You get inside the cave.
Spelunky, as they
You
call
know.
it. Yeah.
You know the phrase, some places we're not meant to be. So they get down in this cave and you got these flesh-eating creatures down there, know. Then to turn around, you find out that your friend was sleeping with your husband.
Yeah.
I'm like, man.
Yeah.
Good story.
Good story, man.
and to come together and to fight these unknown creatures
Yes.
takes a lot of courage because you in a dark cave, don't know where you're going because you're underground. Nobody can hear you. Cell phone use is useless, and to at least try to come together and survive. You got to watch the end though.
Yes.
One of them did some foul stuff.
Let's not forget, no one knew where they were either.
That's true.
So help was not coming at all.
Yeah, and Sarah Carter, boy, she did her thing.
Man.
She did.
She did her thing.
She had to overcome them fears.
Yep.
And man, I'm going to get out of this.
Yep.
If kicking ass and taking names was a person.
Sarah Carter
Yeah.
is that person looking up, kicking ass, and taking names. There, her face is
Yes, it is.
in the dictionary.
Yeah, man.
This how you do it. This how you do it.
But you know what? Don't take our word for it. Check that movie out.
Yes.
I guarantee you won't be disappointed.
No.
Guaranteed.
Check it out.
The
Check
movie,
it out.
The films that we've talked about so far, check all of those out. I guarantee you won't be disappointed.
You won't be disappointed. Aliens will take you on a ride.
It will.
Oh, come on, man. Freaking out here, man. Bill Paxton. Oh, my God, man.
To go sideways for 1 second, he was the only person to die in Predator, Aliens, and one more film.
Who, Bill Paxton?
Yeah.
Bill Paxton wasn't in Predator?
No.
Was he in Predator?
No. He
Yes, he
wasn't.
was. He was in Predator 2.
Oh yeah. He was
With
in
Danny
Predator
Glover.
2
He was
with Danny Glover.
With Danny Glover.
So he was in Alien, Predator,
and one more film.
Twister.
No. he lived a bit in Twister.
Near Dark.
Near Dark.
He was a vampire in Near Dark.
Never seen it.
Check that out.
Never seen it. Okay.
Gotta check. Okay.
So at number 5.
Number 5. Nev Campbell.
Nev Campbell.
Yeah, Sidney Prescott. Another, if you want to say today's final girl, that's up there. If people want to say with Jamie Lee Curtis, because that character, she went through
A whole lot.
a whole lot. HE double hockey sticks. You talking about a screwed up family, especially families is out to kill you. I mean, she went from her mother being killed, finding out her mother is a whore, prostitute, finding out her mother had an illegitimate baby that set the chain off. Her half brother set all this in motion. Then on top of that, had her boyfriend tried to kill her. Then her cousin tried to kill her. It's like, my God.
What else can this young lady withstand?
Yeah, and her stepbrother. Not her stepbrother, her half-brother. Her brother in the third one tried to kill her. That we found out he was the one who set it up. He's the one who influenced Stu and Billy to do what they did, to create Ghostface and everything. Then her cousin.
Man.
Then you get to the 5th film. She's drugged back in there because the past is digging itself up once again. I mean, she's the one, you talking about serious trauma too. And I think that's what made her so profound. It's because of the trauma she been through and suffered from. And she's still overcoming it. And every time now you see her in the 5th, she's like, I've been do this before. It doesn't even affect her no more. I mean, you see in the 5th one, she has a baby, she has a husband. You know, she's like, fuck it. We got another Ghostface. Let's go handle it. Let's go handle it. Let's go end this, because I've been through this so many times before. I mean, that's a one that Nev Campbell character Sidney is very powerful, very strong too. I mean, what more can a person say? I mean, what more can we say about all 5 of these great women? Yeah. And then there's so many other great women that we haven't even touched on too, in other horror films, like Sarah from Day of the Dead. We have about all the Friday the 13th women, especially in the first one. Who else? Sarah Carter from Terminator. Yeah. Especially in the second one. Who else?
I forgot the actress. I forgot the actress from Hellraiser.
Yeah. Hellraiser. And we have, not to mention, we can go to the Walking Dead TV show. We got Claire. I think that's her character's name.
Claire from Resident Evil.
Yes, Claire from Resident Evil. We got Claire from Resident Evil. And we have other female leads from the Walking Dead series that's standing up and doing their thing too.
Salute to you powerful women.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, you know, they don't give enough credit for what they do in these films, especially in the slasher genre. I mean, go check it out. I Am Nancy documentary. You can even YouTube it. Heather goes around these conventions and she goes around and she's trying to get people to she goes and buy merchandise. She's like, okay, she talked with the merchandise sellers and like, so where's Nancy's toys? They have no answer. We found one, but it was the last one that was sold. And it was like, okay, she meet other people. I think she met the actor who played, I think, Jason in part 2 or 3. And he asked her, where's Robert at?
face. Well, you can't see it, but yeah.
It's like, really? You do know this is the star, one of the stars of the franchise, or at least the first one.
Mm-hmm.
This is Nancy we talking about.
It's crazy.
They don't, and and I think when people talk about aliens, at least the conversations I have, they don't even talk about Rick. They talk about the alien itself.
Like I said, though, that's what put the butts in the seats. But the characters within, especially the women who drive the story, really should be the focal point and the part you leave the theater talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So,
Especially when Sigourney Weaver, Ripley's character in Aliens Part 2, when she became that mother, that temporary mother figure for Newt.
yes. Yes.
Really
That's something that not talk about. How she, coddle her and protect her just like a mother would. She cared for this little girl. So,
So definitely check out all these films that we just mentioned, and
Yes.
these wonderful, strong-willed, powered women.
yes. And also, I may add, when I finally met Heather Langenkamp, she is just like you see on TV. She is very sweet and nice person. She's a very nice person. When I was going up to get my autograph, they had to pull her and the rest of the Nightmare women. And one of the lead stars, the actor played Kincaid, to do a celebrity photo. I waited for about hour and 10 minutes. She came back. She looked at me and everybody else saying, she said, "I'm sorry. It took so long." She said when they got up there, when they went to do celebrity photo op, they put them on wait. They put everybody, all the stars, on wait for something. That's why it took so long. She was so professional. She was so sincere. And she really meant that she was sorry, because she didn't want to, she know that
Disappoint.
yeah, she didn't want to disappoint. And I told her that's no problem. It's no. She asked me how I was doing, how my acting career was going. She was like, really,
Yeah.
I blushed when she called me handsome. I was like, but it was just, like, to me too, she left me an example. Like, this how, when I get that status, this how you should be treating people.
Yes.
With kindness, be appreciative, because, they came out to support. They take their time out. So, do the same thing. She leaves a good example.
You just never know how you possibly change somebody's life just by saying hi or being nice to them.
Yep.
You never know.
That's why I love her character so much.
Yeah.
And if you haven't asked me my top 5, she's number 1.
He want his things done.
Right. So, yeah. So, also, this concludes our episode. Please follow us on YouTube at Trio Horror. On our IG is Trio_3_horror, and follow us on TikTok, which is
Trio _of_horror.
Horror. All right.
Subscribe to this YouTube channel,
And let us know what you think.
and to our Spotify listeners,
Yes. That concludes our episode.
give us 5
So,
stars.
have sweet dreams.